They ran all the tests and still told me I was fine. I wasn't. I wasn't sick. I didn't need surgery. I wasn't dying. So the system had nothing for me. Just a pat on my back and a prescription I didn't need. If you've ever been dismissed because your labs were normal, if you've ever walked out of a doctor's office still feeling exhausted, anxious, and wired at 3 a.m., then this is going to be for you. That menopause that lives in the nervous system, that hits different. And today, I'm breaking it all down, because if it's not showing up in their tests, we have to show up for each other. Hello again, sisters. I am Christy. For all my new beautiful sisters, I built this channel to start a journey that has been silencing us women for a very long time. I am an HRT patient and suddenly had to be stopped due to 2 spots in my right breast. So I am back to square one and suffering in all the negativity of menopause. If you're a returning sister, welcome, welcome, welcome back, and I'm so glad that you've decided to continue to ride this roller coaster with me. Doctors keep telling us women, hey, you're fine. But what they really mean is, you're not dying, so you must be okay. You don't need any prescriptions, no surgeries needed. Then your brain fog, insomnia, rage, and depression are just in your head. Recently, I listened to a podcast done by Dr. Fiona Lovely, and I will link her down in the description. And she says menopause lives in your nervous system. And once you hear what she's discovered, you'll never think of your symptoms in the same way ever again. In her powerful podcast episode, Dr. Fiona Lovely shares that estrogen is neuroprotective. That means it doesn't just regulate reproduction, it protects your brain. Estrogen supports the serotonin, the dopamine. The serotonin is mood stability, dopamine is motivation and reward. It reduces brain inflammation, and when it drops in perimenopause, your mood tanks. You're anxious for no reason, you can't sleep, you feel like you're unraveling, but all the tests come back normal. So let's go into educator mode. Try to break this down as easy as possible. I have some notes on the screen. I'm not a doctor, so do the best that I can. Let's break this down scientifically. Estrogen helps regulate GABA, the GABA. That's our calming neurotransmitter. 8 ways to balance our GABA naturally. We can consume GABA's building blocks, which are eat vitamin B6 rich foods, enjoy fermented food, take probiotics for GABA synthesis, take nutritional supplements, meditate, strike a yoga pose, and eliminate those GABA zappers. Now, progesterone also boosts GABA, but that's the first hormone that falls in perimenopause. So this is why this is going to be all important. So take notes, my sisters. Progesterone and GABA. The progesterone enhances the effects of the gamma aminobutyric acid, which is the GABA, GABA, the body's main calming neurotransmitter. So that's a little thing in our brain that's just like the angel. It's okay, calm down, calm down. Perimenopause is the other one saying, let's get turned up. Just kidding. But when progesterone levels are adequate, the GABA activity is supported. That helps to calm the nervous system, reduce stress, that's our angel, and promote relaxation. Perimenopause and progesterone decline. Progesterone levels often decline before estrogen levels in perimenopause due to less frequent ovulation. This drops in progesterone leads to decrease in GABA's calming effects. So the impact on the anxiety, Resulting reduction in GABA activity can cause increased anxiety, mood swings, difficulty sleeping, and a heightened sense of stress. In essence, as progesterone levels decline during perimenopause, the brain loses some of the calming support provided by GABA, which can lead to increased anxiety and other related symptoms. Cortisol is your stress hormone, spikes more easily without hormonal balance. But listen to this. Now, the impact of high cortisol can have various negative effects, including weight gain, particular in our midsection, our sleep disturbances, our mood changes, including anxiety and depression, fatigue, irregular menstrual periods, weakened immune functions, and other symptoms such as high blood pressure and blood sugar issues. Therefore, the decline in progesterone during perimenopause can disrupt our whole makeup, our whole hormone imbalance, making the body more sensitive to stress, potentially leading to a greater tendency for cortisol levels to spike. So that weird but tired feeling, that 3 a.m. panic wake up, that's just not stress. It's your nervous system. Guess what? It's begging for support. I'm going to go ahead and link in the description below where I got all of these references from. If you want to take a deeper dive into them, I think that this would help you help a lot. I mean, it kind of opened my mind. I mean, it was like, boom, mic drop. But I remember laying awake at 3:12. My heart was racing. My mind was spinning. I wasn't sad. I wasn't panicked. I was just on, like my brain was running Windows 95 with 38 tabs open. I wasn't just stressed. I was hormonally hijacked. But nobody told me that. I was offered antidepressants, told to try yoga, sent home with normal labs with 0 answers. But let's go ahead and talk about those normal labs. This is the point of my video. At a routine checkup with your primary care doctor, there are standard lab tests that are typically performed. We're all familiar with these if we do our yearly and every 6-month checkup, depending on your health. Those, they are to include and not limited to the complete blood count, CBC, that assesses our red and white blood cell counts, the hemoglobin and hematocrit, a basic metabolic panel or comprehensive metabolic panel. Those evaluate our kidney and liver function, electrolyte levels, and blood sugar. A lipid panel to check our cholesterol and triglyceride levels. And additionally, a thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH, also known as. The test may be included, especially if there's family history of thyroid issues. Some tests also that might be ordered would be a vitamin D levels, and that would be if they're checking the deficiency because of your fatigue or depression. So now that we've gone over these quickly, if you're going for a checkup or a sick visit due to all these new symptoms that are coming forth with perimenopause, your doctor, who is likely not educated enough in menopause, and doctors may not be adequately educated in menopause due to a combination of factors, including outdated medical training, lingering misconceptions about hormone therapy, and a historical lack of focus on women's health and a medical circuit. The Women's Health Initiative study in 2002 reported that the last test that was done for menopause was in the 70s. A little bit more of a detailed look, and I jotted down some notes that doctors might be lacking in perimenopause and menopause hormone therapy, etc., is outdated medical training, like I just said, the misconceptions about hormone therapy, underrepresentation of women's health, limited access to menopause specialists, time constraints and reimbursement models. That's right, you heard it. We are just like push them in, push them out. Time is money for them. Who's the loser here? We are. Need for continued education. Even with initial training, menopause management is an evolving field, and doctors need ongoing education and access to updated information and resources. So it is very necessary that you speak to your doctor about their knowledge of peri and post menopause, because these doctors will see your common labs, do a routine check, and look to them, and they're going to say, hey, you're healthy. Your CBC is fine. CMP is fine. Your cholesterol, hey, your cholesterol looks great. When they see these combined labs that are done, you appear healthy to them. Just because that you're healthy in a common test doesn't mean that you don't have perimenopause, menopause, or coming out of it post-menopause. So now let's talk about the menopausal labs that must be run. This is super important. Number 1, find a doctor that is educated in menopause. Number 2, lab tests that should be run to diagnose your menopause. Healthcare providers may check hormone levels, specifically follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, and estradiol, which is estrogen. These hormone levels change during the menopausal transition and can help confirm if a woman is in menopause. Cue the party. While blood tests are not always necessary for diagnosis, they can be helpful in confirming the transition. So again, I'm going to go over these really quick. The hormone test, get a pencil, get a paper, and write this down, sisters, because this is super important to find a physician and demand these tests. FSH, the follicle stimulating hormone. Levels increase during menopause as the ovaries become less responsive to it. Estradiol is a type of estrogen. The estradiol levels decrease during menopause. The AMH, and I don't want to butcher this up, so just write AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone, is produced by the ovaries and can indicate ovarian research and function. LH, luteinizing hormone, again just write LH, also increases during menopause, similar to FSH. And then the TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, which is often done just to rule out thyroid conditions. So let's talk about the symptoms one more time. Perimenopause and menopause share very similar symptoms due to hormonal fluctuations. Common symptoms include irregular periods, hot flashes, night sweats, sleep disturbances, mood changes, and vaginal dryness. And there's a long laundry list of more. But let's go ahead and break this up into groups, categorize them in groups. Perimenopause, menstrual changes, irregular periods. They're going to either come on longer or shorter cycles, heavier or lighter flow. You may skip periods. Hot flashes and night sweats, sudden feelings of heat in the upper body, often accompanied by sweats and chills. Sleep disturbances, difficulty falling or staying asleep, sometimes due to the night sweats. Mood changes, irritability, mood swings, depression, anxiety. Vaginal dryness, thinning of vaginal tissue leading to dryness, discomfort, and pain during sex. We're taking away our complete life, or our complete way of living. And then other symptoms: fatigue, low libido, memory problems, headaches, joint pain, and skin changes. Moving on to the group menopause. The menstrual cycle is absent of periods for at least 12 consecutive months. Your continued symptoms of hot flashes, night sweats, sleep disturbances, mood changes, weight gain, thinning of the hair, bone loss. It's very important. The timing and severity of symptoms can vary significantly between me. Some women may experience only mild symptoms, while others might have more intense and prolonged symptoms, such as myself. So my sisters, my beautiful sisters, please Do not let these doctors control your life. Dismiss your feelings or your symptoms. You have the right to demand your physician to do the complete laboratory panel for menopause. Please do not settle for them prescribing you a Xanax because we are already down and out. Why do we want a Xanax to bring us more down and out? Nope. We need to be heard and validated. We need to take back our life. So what about you, my queens? Have you felt brain fog, the burnout, the flat line in your spirit? Go ahead and drop me a comment. Let's talk about the stuff nobody warned us about. Down in the bottom, I have my lists that I use if you want to take a look. We also have new merch. Everything will be in the description. But you better stick around because you know there's always bloopers with me. The bloopers are coming next. This is the pause and the power. Let's take it back. Go ahead and subscribe for more episodes and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I love you, queens. Until our next time. Bye-bye. Blah, 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 blah. Wrong. And once you hear that, the GABA and GABRA. I'm just gonna say abracadabra. So we're not ovulating anymore. We're not dropping eggs. I'm gonna cancel that one.